All right, welcome into Market Day Report. I'm glad to be here. Hopefully you are. Thanks for joining us. If that's what you're doing, let's see what these markets are, or at least have in store for us so far. It's been kind of a quiet one. Let's talk about corn. They were off about a penny the last time we visited. They've added to that downside pressure here. Deese is down about 2 1/4 cents to 6.78 3/4, 2 cents, 2.5 cents off the lows. But still, it's not a huge range today. March is off 2 1/4 cents as well to 6.84 1/2. Anything different in beans? The last time we were there, they were lower, and they still are, 8.5 cents lower in the Nove. 14.43 even as last. That's brushing the bottom end of the barrel of the hill. That's close to the low of the day by 3/4 cent. Jan's down 11 cents to 14.51 1/4. And that's about 3 cents off the lows there. Now, things turned when we went to the wheat. Wheat was a little bit better on the day, and it still is. Chicago wheat, the December contract's up 6 1/4 to 8.54. The March contract's at 4 3/4 cents higher to 8.71 1/2. So we'll take that. Look at that. That's not bad. Now, how about hard red wheat in Kansas City? This has got some decent double-digit gains. 12 cents higher, and the Deese to 9.65 1/4. March is up 10.5 cents, 8.61 1/4. Spring wheat in Minneapolis. Let's see if we've got the same vein going through here. We do. Even more so, 14.5 cents higher in that Deese contract to 9.69 even. And March is up 13.5 cents to 9.80. All right, so the wheat likes it. How about that? Let's take a look at cotton. Cotton's going to be, they were higher the last time they were there, and we pretty much haven't really moved from that. 64 points higher to 87.57 in that Deese cotton contract. And I need to remind everybody that these prices are brought to us by Bar Chart. All right, let's bring in Todd Horowitz from Bubba Trading out in Las Vegas. Yeah, we were talking beforehand, so it feels like I'm bringing you back in, but not to the viewer. But anyway, Todd, we have the midterms tomorrow. We get the crop report on Wednesday. We get some inflation numbers with CPI towards the end of the week. What are your expectations here? What are you seeing when you're taking a look at the grains?
Well, I think the grains look good. To me, it feels like there's some suppression because of the very light volume, the lack of liquidity. If you look at any market, you can pick anyone you want. There's no liquidity anywhere right now. And I think a lot of people are basing everything on tomorrow. And no matter what happens tomorrow, the economy is not going to suddenly change and get better. There might be some, future things that could look better, but I don't think we're going to have a magic bullet that suddenly, the diesel fuel shortage is going to work out and the food shortage is going to work out and the earnings in all these companies are going to work out and suddenly change. And I think, quite frankly, I think the markets have already priced in a rotation in the house for sure. And so, where do we go from here? I think the crop report might be the kickoff for grains, to start to see some action again. I think, obviously waiting for the election and then the crop report. And of course, I think the rest of the markets might be waiting to see what the CPI number is before we start to see some real action. So just because the election is tomorrow, and we'll have a result, I don't think that suddenly means that that all the liquidity is coming right back to the market.
No, I agree with you. And we've just gotten some more confirmation that the savings rate's been plunging. We've seen the credit card bills skyrocket. As everybody thinks that this is going to be a short-term situation, or at least that's what we've been told. But I think you and I both know that that's not going to be the case. I mean, it took 4 presidential terms to get out of this same trouble 40 years ago, and that's when Nixon started in 1971 with 6.6% inflation, and today we're over 8%. So it'll be an interesting one. I think it's gonna take a while here before we get this under control.
I agree 100%, Scott. I think again it's a real problem. We really dug this mess for ourselves. Again, let's face it. Sending all the money over, letting in all the illegal immigrants, everything we've done has been nothing but cost the American taxpayer a fortune. And that is not good. And you add in these ridiculous interest rates, which also brings up the debt service, which means that, of course, Americans are going to get a bigger bill.
Yep.
It's a problem.
Yep, it is. Absolutely. Stay there. Hold those thoughts. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more with Todd Horowitz from Bubba Trading in Las Vegas after this. All right, welcome back to Market Day Report. Thank you very much for sticking with us. Why don't we give you what you want, and that's the prices. Let's see what's going on when it comes to the livestock prices, right? Well, we've decided that it's been kind of quiet. We've got Deese up here, though, in live cattle. That's up $1.12 to 152.77. So that's plumbing. It's getting close to the highs of the day, only about 13 cents away. And that's Deese live cattle up $1.12. We've got Fab right behind it up 57 cents to 154.95. Not bad going. Let's see feeders. What do we got going on over there? That's just a little bit better. Limping along, 37 cents higher. Nano, 178.20. Jan's quietly up 7 cents to 179.70. And then finally, let's get lean hogs out there so we can get back to the guest analysts. Look at this. Dees, lean hogs, that front month, up $3.35 to 86.32. Feb's up $2.32 to 88.75. Let's bring our guest analyst back in. He's been waiting patiently in the wings. Todd Horowitz from Bubba Trading. Any thoughts when it comes to the livestock?
I think they look good, but I think if you look at the correlation between crude oil, which has been now driving higher again, and then hogs, I looked when I did my morning report, I looked at the meats and they were all up, but just fairly, up closer to flat. And suddenly we've taken off a little bit, especially in hogs, and they're up almost a limit. And, look, these hogs at 80-some dollars is pretty damn high in comparison to where they've been in history. And, I think that's, we're getting our protein from somewhere. And I think it depends on your budget. And this, goes everything we talk about. It's all about the budget and which protein they're going to buy. But I think they're in great shape. I just don't think that, at least in cattle, that there's a dramatic amount of room to the upside. I don't think they're going lower. I just don't think there's a lot of room to go up. Right. Hogs, I think, could go back up to 90 or 95 without a problem, depending on what happens in the oil markets.
Okay. Great stuff. You put it out there. Appreciate it. Todd Horowitz coming to us from Las Vegas. He's with Bubba Trading. We're going to bring it back here to Nash Vegas. So we're going to throw this over to Janet one more time.